Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be about payment gateway integration with SvelteKit. I will be explaining Razorpay Payment Gateway, how you can integrate it within your SvelteKit application. So let's get started. The user lands on your web page. He browses the plans, then select the plan which he thinks is most suitable for him. Then an order is created in the Razorpay using the Razorpay server integration or their SDK, or you can also create it via their APIs, REST APIs. Then once the order is created, you get the order ID, and then you instantiate the Razorpay object in the client code and pass in the order ID that we received from it and the callback URL in which we want to send the user once the payment is successful. Then we will be showing a button on Frontend for initiating the payment. Then when the user clicks on the button, we calls the open method of the Razorpay object that we created before. And then if there is any failure, Razorpay will itself retry the payment. Once the payment is successful, the Razorpay will redirect back to the callback URL with the payment ID, order ID, and signature. Once you receive all these, we verify that this is from a legitimate source and not from a non-authentic source. For that, Razorpay had provided a method to validate the payment. Then once the payment is verified, there is additional step of checking the payment status in the using the Razorpay Payments Get API, but we won't be doing that for now, or we can also set up the webhook for that. But for now, once we verify the payment, then we are sure like it is from a authentic source, and we add the record in our database, like the plan for which the user have subscribed us or which the user have made the payment against. So these are all the steps. I will add all this in the description, and also I will add the documentation link of Razorpay. Then let's move to the VS Code. Let's see what the code looks like. So here I am in the page.svelte file. Beautiful for show you the script from where the Razorpay SDK is coming. So this is the script. If we are in the browser, then we add this script. So this is the syntax of SvelteKit. Like once we are on the client side, this script will be injected. We will receive the Razorpay instance, like the Razorpay class or the Razorpay SDK code in our client side code. Then I have a form in which method is post, then action is process payment, and I am using the use enhance in SvelteKit. It basically add some functionality and will prevent default and all. Then I have passed a callback, and then we have a Razorpay button, which there are some stylings and all. So once the form is submitted, this function will be called. So in this function, we are adding a toast and showing processing payment. Then in the form data that we received, we are appending the amount related to the plan user have. So for now, I have made it static. This will be coming from database, like the plan which the user have chosen for. And then the call will be going to process payment. And then we move to the page.server.js. In process payment, we receive the data and then we extract the amount from the form data. Then we call the create payment order from Razorpay init. Basically, this is my custom code, like Razorpay class. So let me first show you this. So this is the server side code. Let me show you the folder. So it is inside the library inside server. So we are creating a Razorpay payment integration class, and then we are basically exporting default the instance of it, like creating instance and then exporting it. So in this we have a private variable which is instance. So this is syntax for creating a private variable in JavaScript, adding a hashtag. Then in the construction, I am initializing the Razorpay. So this is coming from the SDK, like from the Razorpay SDK. I am passing in the key ID, which I am taking from the env, and passing in the secret, which I am taking from the private. Like this all are from the .env variable. Then once I got the instance, I have created two methods, like create payment order and then verify payment signature. So in create payment order, I am basically using the orders object, and a create method is given by Razorpay. So in this instance, I am basically using the object orders object and then the create method on it, passing in the amount, currency, receipt ID, and notes. So this is anything which you want to pass, like the user ID and all. So I will show you what I have passed in my case. and then I have function for verifying the payment signature, which I will show later. So we were here, like once user submit the form, we come here, we extract the amount, and then we call the create payment order, which is this one, passing in the amount, currency, receipt ID, and extra data. So I have sent in the amount, currency I have used USD, dollar, and then the receipt ID. In this, basically we will add the plan ID which we will receive. For now I have made it static, and then in extra data I am passing the user ID and the plan details. So this we will receive afterwards once the payment is successful. Also we can check this in the Razorpay dashboard also. So once the order is created, our code control will come back here, and then we are just dismissing the toast that we were showing a loading toast before. If the status is success, we get the order ID, we call the launch Razorpay method. If it is not success, we show error toast showing error preparing payment. So in the Razorpay, like the launch Razorpay code, basically we are taking the order ID, we are preparing options like configuration for Razorpay. Then this Razorpay instance is coming from the client SDK, like basically this script, and this doesn't do anything, I will remove it. And then we call the .open method, which will open up the Razorpay basic client integration, which is the web interface of them. So in this also we will pass the key as the Razorpay ID, like the Razorpay key, which we will receive from the Razorpay dashboard. Then this is the name that it will show, this is the description for the transaction, then this is the image like the company logo and all, and this is the order ID that we need to pass. And this piece of information is very much important. This is the callback URL, like once the payment is success, Razorpay will send the user back to this URL. So the flow will look something like this. Let me create the flow for you. So what will happen is, user, like Razorpay interface will be shown, and then once the payment is done, Razorpay will send the user back to our application, like the callback URL, and it will pass in the payment ID, order ID, and the signature. The flow will look something like this. Back to the VS Code. And then we are sending the prefill, like in the form we will fill this, and in this is the notes that we have also created by creating the order. And then this is basic theme and all. You can check all the different options in the Razorpay documentation. I will add the link in the description. So once all this is done, our Razorpay interface is done, like the client side is done. So let me first show you how it looks like. So this was from our previous video. So this is the button that on which the form is there, and if I click on it, it will basically create an order and will open up the Razorpay payment console. Then let's choose the card. Let's copy the test card details. Let's enter anything, and then let's enter anything here also. Then we can just click on pay now, pay and save card. We'll open up the bank page and all, but so this is the test payment. It shows us like we want to pass the failure or the success. First we will see the failure case. Once user, like once the payment is not success, we will return back here and it will say like you can try again. So once we try again, and now this time I will make the payment success. So once we click on success, it will redirect to this, like our redirect URL was this. Let me show you the VS Code. And now you can see the redirect URL. It was the URL on which the Razorpay redirected us. Let's see what's inside this URL. So this is basically a API endpoint. So in this, what we are doing is we are receiving the payment ID, we are receiving the order ID, we are receiving the signature from the form data that we, like basically Razorpay will post all this data on our endpoint. Once we got all these data, we call the verify payment signature on the object that we created server side. So let me show you what is inside it. We are receiving the order ID, payment ID, and signature, and directly calling the validate payment verification, which is coming from the Razorpay itself. and then we are passing in the Razorpay secret, which is stored in our .env privately, and then we are sending in the response of it. So here we will receive the response. If we receive the response as success, we will show us a JSON with status okay, and if we receive success as false, we will show error. So in this we can also do this, like save the user data in database, like first fetch the payment status, fetch the payment Razorpay, then save the user data in the database and provide promise, and then basically returning the JSON, or we can just redirect to our interface. So this is the complete flow or the complete code. So this was it for the video. I hope you guys like it. Please hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button for more such content. In the upcoming video, I will be creating a subscription with Razorpay and SvelteKit. We can use it to add different payment gateway. All payment gateway are same, like first order is created, then the user confirms the payment. When the payment is confirmed, we receive our on the callback URL, we verify the signature, and then we give him the access. Also, we are very close to 30 subscribers, so do hit the subscribe button.